Hey everybody, it's Jack and Ollie, and one of the most common things we hear from our clients is, I love the workouts, but can you include some stretching? Now, a lot of clients are really surprised to hear that we don't actually involve stretching in our programs. Why don't we do stretching, mate?
Well, mate, it used to be thought that stretching did some pretty fantastic things for us, but science has actually shown that not to be the case. Stretching does not reduce our risk of injury, it doesn't prevent soreness following exercise, and doesn't help us recover any better after exercise. Okay, so what does stretching do?
Okay, so firstly, stretching, depending on the person, can make you feel better. Secondly, the evidence shows that stretching can increase your flexibility.
That's right. So with those two things in mind, it sounds like stretching is a pretty good thing. Why wouldn't we do it?
Well, firstly, most people actually already have the flexibility they need to do all of their daily tasks. And secondly, we are very concerned about people's best use of time when it comes to exercise. And we think that, something like resistance training can also be of great benefit.
That's right. And a recent systematic review looking at all the studies in the area compared resistance training to stretching in terms of flexibility improvements. And what they found was that resistance training performed just as well in terms of improving flexibility. However, resistance training has some added benefits that doesn't come with stretching. Resistance training helps us improve our muscle strength, our muscle size, our muscle mass, and it of course helps us to improve our bone density.
Okay, so we're going to show you an example of a resistance exercise and a stretching exercise, and how they both are very similar, but one has a few more benefits than the other. Alrighty, so we're going to show you a stretching exercise and a resistance training exercise and show you how they're actually pretty similar, but how one might have more benefits. So the old hamstring stretch is a classic, trying to touch your toes. If you want to get more flexibility in that area, this is a great way to do it. There's no doubt about that. However, it doesn't come with the increased muscle mass, bone density, or strength gains. So what you might like to do instead is make that a resistance training exercise. Ollie, do you want to show everybody the Romanian deadlift?
Of course.
So Ollie's doing pretty much the exact same thing, except he's using resistance. Okay, so holding a weight whilst doing it. So the stretching, and the resistance training are both going to give you flexibility gains. However, the resistance training exercise is going to give you increased muscle mass, bone density, and strength. So we think it's much more worth your time.
So we've seen how with something like a deadlift, we can improve both our flexibility and get all those extra benefits to our strength and muscle mass.
Okay, so if you've been told you need to stretch for daily activities, or you really just don't like stretching, well then don't feel the need to stretch. However, if you really like stretching, well then continue to do that for your own health.
Yeah, we think resistance training is probably a better bang for your buck form of exercise overall.